If you follow the PGA, you probably saw the news that Jon Rahm has withdrawn from the US Open because of pain from an infected toe. ESPN put out this post on Instagram yesterday, which states that sources close to Rahm have attributed the withdrawal to an infected sore located between his little toe and the next toe on his left foot. Let's break this down and go over what's happening. Let me start by saying that I'm not Jon Rahm's podiatrist. I've never seen or treated him before in the past, but I do see infections that develop between the fourth and fifth toes of the foot frequently, so here's what I think may be happening. Jon probably has a type of deformity to his fifth toe. We call this deformity an adductive varus hammertoe. It's called an adductive varus hammertoe because the toe tends to curl and sit underneath of the fourth toe. He may also have what's called a Taylor's bunion or bunionette deformity to the fifth metatarsal. That can make the hammertoe deformity more severe. The bunionette looks like a little bump just in front of the toe that you'll see on the outside of the foot. When a patient has these types of deformities, the fourth and fifth toes are constantly rubbing together. This means that over time, they're going to start to develop some thick skin between the toes. That thickened skin, which is something we call a corn, and in Jon's case, most likely a soft corn, can be debilitatingly painful, especially for an athlete that has to wear tight-fitting shoes to compete in their sport. When these corns that arise between the fourth and fifth toe are left untreated, they do tend to get worse. They can become more painful, and eventually they can break open the skin, leading to what we call a wound. If a patient develops an opening of the skin, that can then allow bacteria to enter in and cause a localized infection. In Jon's case, the first thing that needs to be done is to get the infection under control. That's going to involve some form of antibiotics. Once the infection has been properly treated, these can typically be managed with regular follow-ups to your local podiatrist. You often need to have the thickened skin that forms between the toes pared down. This can be combined with offloading methods like putting cotton balls between the toes or toe spacers of some sort. I usually like to have my patients apply rubbing alcohol between the toes to keep the area very dry, and making sure we're wearing shoes with a wide toe box becomes vital to preventing this in the future. If Jon's not already wearing shoes that have a wide toe box, he is definitely going to want to get into a pair after having something like this happen. When conservative treatments for this condition fail, or if a patient develops recurrent infection to the corn between the toe, surgery is an option to fix the deformity. Surgery is going to look a little bit different for each patient, and it's going to depend on the underlying toe and foot deformity that's leading to the development of the corn and the infection in the first place. To all the golfers that are competing in the US Open this weekend, we wish you the best of luck, and to Jon Rahm, we wish you a speedy recovery.